Sathit, aren't you excited that we are going to have a government soon and all the nice gifts, promises will be delivered, especially the 300 baht per day minimum wage that I think is the highlight of the new government.
I'm most excited about that.
You are?
300 baht promise.
Yes?
Initially, I thought it would be of minimal effect on the government, but now I'm not certain anymore.
It is perhaps the most controversial election promise that is being discussed, everywhere. The employees, the employers, the government, academics, the press. And today, I think the Krungthep Thurakit newspaper organized a seminar inviting all the parties concerned for a sit-down talk.
Yes.
Did they come to any conclusion?
Everyone was saying, as we expected them to say. The academics were saying that they agree that the current rate of minimum wage in Thailand was very low at the moment, but they don't agree with the 300 baht promised by the Yingluck party. And the labor union representatives who came to that seminar, they said that you have to keep the promise.
Yes.
It has to be a nationwide rate. You cannot just be selective on that.
And every province has to have the same kind of minimum wage.
They want that to happen. But now it's not the case at the moment. At the moment, at Bangkok, we have a 215 baht at the moment.
Yes, and the lowest, I think, is
Phayao province.
59 baht.
Yes,
So they're going to get 300 baht too, huh?
This is what the labor union who came to this seminar wanted. They want a nationwide implementation.
Don't you see a massive influx or migration of workers from Bangkok and every other province to Lamphun? Because from 159 they're going to get 300, and the cost of living there is low enough to enjoy 300 baht.
But no, yes, but everyone seemed to have come to a conclusion that is 300 baht scheme is not possible for the nationwide aspect. People are coming up with a lot of solutions for the Yingluck government because they are already conclude that it's not possible.
Well, you should envy Kun Yingluck, who is going to become the prime minister that get a lot of advisors. Everyone is trying to advise Kun Yingluck on how to handle the election promises.
Right.
If you cannot live up to all the promises, but at least you have to try. And academics, newspaper people, the employees are all telling Yingluck what to do. Now the only problem is
quite unprecedented for the people to come out before even a government was formed.
Yes.
To give the advice. But maybe because of the concern over this 300 baht promise of the Kun Yingluck.
No, you said the academics say 300 baht is too high,
but the current rate is too low.
Too low.
Yes.
You get the union saying that you have to keep the promise 300 baht. That's it. What about the employers?
The employers say that they don't want the government intervention. They say that okay, let leave the issue to this wage committee. Let the whole system, the old current system, do it work.
It's always been a three-party commission: laborers, employers, and the government. To decide every year in the past for the tripartite committee to decide.
Yes, and in the past, the government side always sided with the employers.
Yeah.
But now it seems that the government will have to take side with the labor side because already a promise has been made to the labor.
But you see, I've seen the details of how the three-party committee works. They, of course, they come to a conclusion by voting, but then they have a list of about 10 criteria on which the minimum wage is determined. So it's not easy as 300 baht or not. It is, what about food prices, clothing, housing, and all this?
That's the way thing has always been when deciding the minimum wage. And today, a very interesting proposal came out today is that we should have some kind of a central wage system that decided by other people, not just the tripartite committee. The people who came to this seminar today, they believe that the tripartite committee has been so political.
Yes.
And so much bargaining taking place inside the committee. So they want this central wage committee that has nothing to do at all with the government or with the labor side or with the employers. They want this central wage panel to only take into consideration.
But who is on the panel?
I don't know yet, but it had to be some kind of neutral people.
You think that there's still neutral people around in this country?
Well, at least they want this panel to take into account the economic index only, not just pressure from maybe from the government or from the labor side. They have to have some kind of system to calculate. Okay, if we have this kind of inflation and good prices, how much weight do we have? There should be that kind of system.
Well, one positive implication from this 300 baht wage is that for the first time we get a really good, comprehensive, exciting discussion on the issue.
Yes, it was a long time ago when when I first became journalist. I was assigned to do the minimum wage story, but then the story just died down.
It used to be a sort of unusual annual thing. Now it's going to be a big issue that will be discussed by everyone concerned, and that I think is the most interesting and positive side of the new government.